What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have a special guest, kidkid, the best logbait player in the world. As you can see from looking at his profile, currently 8th global, playing some ladder, and finished 36th in the world last season. The best logbait player. Logbait isn't as good as it used to be, but he's still managing to get top finishes and stay top in ladder with logbait. So we will start off with classic logbait, his specialty, and then he has been experimenting with a hog firecracker deck as well, so we'll be covering both of those. And then in the first game, let's get right to it, versus Ruben, one of the other top players in the world for Team Queso. And so at the start, he will have Goblin Barrel, Goblin Gang, Log, Inferno Tower in hand, and he's going to wait a little while, but then he'll throw out the Goblin Barrel on tower. I assume sometimes he could throw it out on tower if he knows what his opponent's deck is, but if you don't know what your opponent's deck is, the safest thing is to put it in that corner so it's not easily activatable. So he surrounds the ghost with Goblin Gang. I think he actually messed up the surround a bit, but of course he logs and he still hits the bandit, so no harm, no foul. Right here you'll see him, instead of dropping his knight for that bandit, he'll cycle to an ice spirit, and then he'll go knight high and then Goblin Gang for the battle ram, and then he's really building a huge push by doing that. He has this princess versus P.E.K.K.A. where there's no log. It doesn't matter if he gives same lane value like this, and you can see how much damage he did. He kind of over defended the battle ram so that he could go all in, and then because even though he overcommitted on offense somewhat, the Inferno Tower really bails him out in the same lane here. So that was all really well played. Ice Spirit for that, and then he's just going to let it hit a couple shots. So now he's a little bit behind in Elixir. He'll obviously wait until he's 10 and see what his opponent does. Here he can either go Knight low. Doesn't want the bandit to dash though, so I think he's going to cycle log on the bandit first. Oh, and he actually ends up hitting battle ram too. And pretty good push there by yeah, that was a really nice attempt by Ruben to punish while he was low on Elixir. But kidkid defended that really well. And then right there, that was all he could do to Ice Spirit late. I guess he could have tried to... I think maybe the best possible situation, since he couldn't get out in time, would be to let the Electro Wiz hit one shot of its thing on the tower and one on the Ice Spirit, but it's such a small detail. And it still defends pretty well. And then throws out that Goblin Barrel. And this matchup is definitely a little bit logbait favorite, I would say, but as a P.E.K.K.A. player, you can definitely win it if you build up big pushes. But kidkid is doing a really good job of always pressuring and not overcommitting so that like a counter push is going to murder him, but pressuring enough that he gets a lot of damage and can still defend. Right here you'll see him probably not go Inferno Tower. He's going to go log as well to kill that, and then let Princess take care of that, and then always saves Inferno Tower for the P.E.K.K.A. That's a big thing that you'll see in this matchup. You don't really want to Inferno Tower battle rams unless it's behind a P.E.K.K.A. You want to save that Inferno Tower for the P.E.K.K.A. because it's your best way to DPS it down. And then you're going to be using like log, Ice Spirit, Goblin Gang, Knight, those things together in order to stop the battle ram. And then of course he's able to now just rock it out. Really well played. Really nice final Magic Archer attempt there by Ruben. But kidkid is able to take the W. All right, kidkid shared one more classic logbait, so we'll watch this before we go on to the hog firecracker logbait. And this is versus Oxalate, so another CRO pro. Kidkid obviously versus really good competition right now. Oxalate playing the oh, that was an unfortunate start to the game for kidkid. He started a Princess of the Bridge, and then Mortar was able to kill it, and then he immediately followed up with Inferno Tower though, making the best of a bad situation. And then you'll see right there, he actually decided to go for a Goblin Barrel when he was down in Elixir and it was only at like 6 or 7. I don't know if he thought he was down, but that's interesting. Definitely not something I would have done there. I would have waited until I was at 10. But I don't know if he didn't like his cycle. Maybe that's what it was. Oh yeah, he had Ice Spirit, Rocket, Log. So maybe he just didn't want to play Ice Spirit kind of meaninglessly or wait. I actually like that. I think it was to fix his cycle. So smart play. Probably just gonna log this. Oh no. It may have got a one musket. I actually kind of like the Goblin Gang. Oh, I wonder if that. I mean, it was kind of the same. I wonder if that's better versus that placement, like behind the tower, is better versus snowball than surrounding. Either way, I think it gets one hit. Although I think yeah, I think it gets one hit no matter what, so it didn't make a big difference. Wow, the rocket kept it from getting any damage. After he was a little bit elixir down from cycling log, I guess he just assumed that there would be a prediction. So that's a really nice rocket. That's like mind games in like top level play. That was really cool. Because he assumed Oxlet's either going to like protect it with bats or Valk, and he throws the rocket out, and that was really nice. Really making use of every tool in the deck possible. Here you go, so kidkid defend with a low knight that also distracts the mortar for sure. I think he's not gonna go for the Inferno Tower probably. Yeah. I was wondering if he would do that because Oxlet once again was going for the prediction on the Inferno Tower with his bats, and kidkid goes a princess to predict the prediction and kills the bats. That was a nice minor poison though by Oxlet. Really good gameplay by both players here. We'll see a Goblin Barrel thrown out. Yeah, so he just goes for the normal position, and he gets 2 stabs there. I wonder if Snowball, I think Snowball missed one of them. And then now he goes for the Inferno Tower after his opponent is scared. Oh, what a good log. Didn't even get a shot down on the Princess. And now he knows with his, since he protected Princess, he can go in with a pretty heavy push like he does there. And then he drops the second Princess. That's going to be a poison for Oxlet. Maybe the Princesses could have been spaced out a little bit better there. But still pretty good pressure from KK, and he got a little bit of damage there. Goes with the low Goblin Gang split so that he can distract the mortar, and then he also pressures because he knows that, oh, well, he's trying to outcycle Snowball, and it does come out late after they get quite a bit of damage. Once again, a Goblin Gang in the middle to distract, and it actually saves the Princess, and once again, the Princess defense is still alive when your opponent doesn't have a log, or when it's out of cycle. You always defend that Princess. And it has it had a lot of pressure there. Decides to cycle log there for some tower damage. He'll go, oh, there's the rocket. So yeah, I think that seems like a really big thing with logbait is alternating your defenses. You can definitely be too predictable if you play Inferno Towers at the bridge, and you can be too predictable if you play your princesses the same way at the bridge every time. So like varied gameplay and mind games are a really big part of logbait, as you can see from kidkid's gameplay. So he goes for the log once again. He's just cycling that log in order to get damage. Here he wanted to push up. That was a little bit of a misplay, I guess. But still, pressure. He's trying to keep the pressure alive so that he can't be attacked by minor poisons and whatnot. And then a big thing to notice against this deck, he's always building big pushes. Like Princess, usually you want Princess opposite lane, but in this game, you don't want to go same lane because you give too much poison value. That's a nice rocket because he got Musketeer. He's always building pushes, which is not something you would typically like. Building kind of big pushes, something you don't typically like accredit to logbait, I guess. There he ice spirits bats and then logs away goblins. He'll throw down knight to distract once the Inferno Tower dies. And despite poison, he's able to do a lot of damage there and cycle to another Goblin Barrel. And now he's cycling to his last final spell damages to end the game. Really nice gameplay there. He's just so good at logbait. So well played. Alright. And now let's get a few games against, let's get a few games with his hog, logbait. Mostly the same deck, but instead of Princess, you have Firecracker and then Hog instead of Ice Spirit. Versus Zigzag. See how he starts out. He will throw that Goblin Barrel. Ooh, I think that's a... Oh, what a nice Firecracker. Knight to protect and then her to take out the bats. She does run a little bit too far ahead. He'll probably activate King Tower here. But because he's activating King Tower, he cycled away, and he failed the King Tower activation. He cycled out his best Hog counter. And as a result, that Hog is going to connect for so much damage. I mean, you can't really blame Zigzag there. It's like, oh, he's like, oh, he took the Princess out for the Firecracker. But because he cycled that mini pack of trying to activate King Tower, kidkid's Hog did a ton of damage. So here we're going to see him cycle Log. He doesn't want to waste that Goblin Gang. Definitely wants to save that. And then here he'll probably go Inferno Tower. Ooh, the rocket instead. Kind of like that. You can't outcycle the Inferno Tower if you don't use it. I like that. I like that. So if they go Ice Golem Hog, you can always just rock it. Okay. Inferno Tower counters that as well, but it's actually smart because now it doesn't get outcycled by a single hog. So I really like that. All right, so Knight in the back. Ooh, I don't like that mini P.E.K.K.A. That was weird. That was really weird. Why is he aggressively cycling? You didn't outcycle anything. He still has Inferno Tower. Maybe he was thinking he didn't have a defense. That was a weird aggressive cycle. But that could have outcycled his Inferno Tower if he hadn't used Rocket to defend. So I like that a lot. Alright, so we see goblins come down. Wonder if he'll log this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, anytime he gets any log chip, he just takes it. Even if it is like puts him a little bit behind, which he's not behind this time, but I was just wondering if he would. He almost always takes it on the lane. That is weak. That mini P.E.K.K.A. was one tile too high. No, it wasn't. Okay. Felt like that was a little bit too high, but it was not. I like this pressure. Now he's gonna go. I don't even think he's gonna Goblin Barrel. Yeah, because I don't think. Ooh, that was such a good firecracker. He was afraid, or he knew that it was a possibility Zigzag just let it go and committed really hard offense. So he waited a little while, then went firecracker because he's like, oh, he will defend now that I'm not going Goblin Barrel, and he was in fact correct. And then firecracker was able to have a lot of pressure and keep him from fully committing to offense. So that was really nice. I mean, Zigzag also has Earthquake, so it was nice that kidkid defended a lot of times without using his Inferno Tower. That's a really fun deck. He played it really well. I mean, it's not too different from logbait, so of course he's still great with it, but still pretty great. All right, and then I missed that deck. I missed that one by accident, but same deck. We'll get on to the next one. All right, we'll see Hog go down. Defend it with Snowball and Bandit for no damage. Wonder if he bar barrels that. No. No, he does. Makes sense. He logs just to get keep from taking that damage there. Try to throw a little bit of a tricky barrel on the side. I'm assuming he knows what the matchup is now. He likes to play his Knight high a lot. I was surprised by that. He plays his Knight at the bridge a lot so that he can immediately commence with an attack while his opponent is at low elixir, instead of playing it low and then allowing his opponent to get near full elixir. I really like that. I think that's an important thing that he does that I wouldn't typically do if I was playing the deck, because obviously he's better at the deck than me. This is a really sketchy defense, I feel like. Yeah, he's going to take a lot of damage, but he was in a difficult position, and an important thing he did there was, instead of over defending like the Ram Rider, for example, he split his defenses so that he took some damage on both sides, but he didn't lose a tower, because that was a really difficult position to be in. And considering he only dropped to 2,300 on each tower, I'd say it's a pretty successful defense given the situation. So I like that. Does he just rocket this? I feel like he does. Yeah. His hand was gonna make him commit and go in with like a hog, and you don't want to do that, and you don't really want to cycle a Knight in the back either. So he didn't. So now he'll go firecracker in the back, same lane as the Inferno Dragon, presumably. Yep. It'll shoot itself away. And I would think you almost want to, well, if he attacks into the firecracker, I like that to distract. I wonder if you can't really block. Well, if Snowball is out of cycle, you can. And then, oh, that was nice. He defended and then immediately went with an aggressive hog. Even though Ram Rider was in the lane, the goblins were able to distract for a long time. He's able to get a ton of damage. That was really nice. Probably going to be a high Knight into a goblin gang. Yep. Respectable defensive Goblin Barrel. It was going to be sketchy if he didn't. And he cycles to a log at the same time. He has patience here, doesn't immediately go hog. Actually, he can about almost spell cycle. He just needs to defend now. That was nice. He kept the Bandit from dashing, and now he's going to use that Inferno Tower to keep the Ram Rider from connecting. And then he's going to also log it for some chip, probably. Nope, he goes with hog. I thought he would double log and then rocket in the game, but good hog timing. You got a hit. That's all you need. And now he's able to throw out the rocket. Oh, nice. That was a little bit scary at the end. Lumberjack and Bandit were getting sort of close. Alright, that'll be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that S+ tier, 8th in the world logbait gameplay. Let me get this for... Okay guys, if you enjoyed, please use my creator code, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.